My name is Courtney Phillips. I'm the athletic coordinator at Seguin High School, and this is Seguin's weight training safety video. We have two coaches that will be presenting today, Carlos Lynn, our head football coach, and Stephen Hafford, our offensive coordinator and strength and conditioning coach.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. There behind the glass stands a real blade of grass. Be careful as you pass. Move along, move along. Come inside, the show's about to start. Guaranteed to blow your head apart. Rest assured, you'll get your money's worth. Really show, it happened out and you gotta see the show. It's a dynamo, you gotta see the show. It's rock and roll. Oh, right before your eyes, people laughter from the skies. And he laughs until he cries, and he dies, and he dies. Come inside, the show's about to start.
We're gonna talk about the squat, but first I want to just say that before you lift, you want to get a good light stretching, kind of warm up the muscles, whatever it is you like to do. But you don't want to come in to the weight room, cold. You want to come in, you want to be stretched, you want to be warm, and you want your bodies, athletes' bodies to kind of be sweated up and ready to go. Your muscles can do nothing cold. You want to be warm. We're going to talk about squat, and there's several different techniques and ways that you can do things. We're going to talk about the way that we train and teach it here at Seguin High School. We like to start in a progression. We'll always do a max, see what a kid can do, and then after we do maxes, we'll have their percentages. We'll always start week 1 at 6%, 6 reps. Then the next week we'll go 7% 4 reps. And the next week we'll go 80% 3 reps. Next week 90% 2 reps. And then we'll max on the 5th week. So we always do a 5-week cycle. We're trying to see how your kids are performing and if they're getting any stronger. And that has worked real well for us. The first thing when we talk about the squat, let's talk about safety first. We always want 3 spotters. We always want to use 3 spotters in the squat. So as Coach Wall gets in the rack, and ask Coach Duman to come back, and Coach Wall gets set up. We'll talk about setup here. Remember, I want to talk about this safety first. Coach Wall gets in there, he gets his hands set, gets his feet set, gets the boy set on his back. He comes out, he's going to come out just enough to clear the page, he's going to come all the way out. Coach Duman is going to get his hands in the red position. Coach Wall squats, Coach Duman's going to go down with him. And actually, he can actually get just a little bit closer, a little bit afraid of it. Okay? Also, I'm going to ask Coach Bruce to stand over the side. You want to have two other side spotters as well. So as they go down again, the side spotters are here, ready to go. The safety bars are there. We use the safety bars to make, as a secondary. We don't want a kid, because if he has to go down, he goes down and he loses that ball. It's only 2 ways it can go. Over the top of his head. I've seen kids get banged, that's a lot of weight. He got 300 pounds when it goes to the top of his head. It's subject to get hit in the back of the head. Or if he lets it go, now he's dumping that ball on 3 guys. And I've seen a lot of kids' first reaction back here is to try to catch the weight. I said, man, do not catch that weight. Depending upon the kid's skill level, depending upon the kid's skill level, you always walk back into the rack safely. You can use the safety bars. You can move them up, you can move them down. We do a power lifting type squat, which we go down below parallel. Some people do a hack squat where they don't even get parallel. So depending on what type of squat you're doing, you can move the safety racks up or down. Also, depending on the experience of the lifter, you can move the safety racks up and down. I would never allow a lifter to get in the squat rack, by himself, his or herself. They need to always have a spotter. Let's talk about a little technique. Coach Wall, first thing you want to do is you want to get your hands set. Your hands are going to be set depending on your body size and type. sometimes it depends on what's comfortable for you when you get your hand set. Next thing you want to do is you want to line up the bar. You have a rough section of the bar, you have a smooth section, and normally each bar has a rough section right in the middle. So you want your neck to go right over that rough part. Now, we don't want the bar on top of the neck. Okay? If you can see, you got your little neck, and you got all of this bar hanging out. So you got whatever amount of weight on the bar supported by this little part of your body. You don't want that. You want to try to get this, and it takes practice. You want to try to get as much of this bar on your back, right there across the traps, as much as possible. The more bar you get on the more bar you get on your back, the more the weight is dispersed across his back. So he comes up, he stands up, just straight up, gets the bar down. All you want to do is clear the pegs. You see, you don't want to walk out of the safety zone. You just want to clear the pegs where the weight and things are not hitting the standards. Okay? He's going to get his feet set. Typically, you want, at least shoulder width apart, depending on how tall you are. Some kids have different hip flexibility, and squat is tough for them. They can't get down because they haven't done it enough. So you have the bar here. You can have your eyes. I like to teach eyes straight ahead. Some people like to teach eyes up. There's no right or wrong. You definitely don't want your eyes down. You definitely don't want your eyes down. Where the head goes, the body follows. He's going to descend in his squat. You want to get the hips back. Stop right there real quick. You see the inverted C? That means he's locked in his lower back. Stand up for a minute, coach. He's locked in his lower back. Right here, we like to tell our kids, right here, in the middle of those deltoids, is crush that coke can. We really want to extend and really get your chest up and crush that coke can, which locks in that lower back and creates that inverted C. Okay? He wants to go down again. It's nice and easy. We tell him deep breath going down, blow it out on the way up. You don't want to hold your breath. Rapid, coach. You don't want to hold your breath because it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure built up. Not power lifted, we did a lot of heavy weight. When we come back home on Saturday evening, bloodshot eyes, because it's a lot of pressure. And you want to make sure those kids are breathing. And then that's on our lift. Deep breath going down, blow it out slowly on the way up. The squat, there's a lot of different things we like to teach. We feel like this is a discipline lift. You got dead weight on your back. It tells a lot about your athlete. And we try to make sure that we keep them safe. We want to get good depth. We want to continue to have good form and technique. We want to keep that chest up. Let's look at a bad squat, Coach Wall. One thing you don't want to do is when first of all, ball placement, you don't want to have it on your neck, go ahead and get it up. Now all of a sudden, you see that posture, it's not that inverted C, it's not that locked in position. He kind of like a VA right here, ball landing, off center. This is a disaster waiting to happen. One thing I want you to notice is we want three spotters, but there's some other kids going on here. You see how close these racks are? The weight room is dangerous. That's why we want to have three spotters. And our kids have learned how to adapt in a small weight room. But you got a kid squatting right here, 400 pounds. You got a kid squatting right here, 500 pounds. It's a lot going on. And it's not a place where you want to play. But he's gonna go down, don't have his feet far enough. He's gonna go down and kind of bend over. This is not good. This is not good. If you got a kid that's always doing this, we need to lighten up the weight. You may need to go home and get a broomstick, okay, and practice, okay. Practice. We don't want that bend over posture. We want to do it right. Want to do it right so they can get the benefit of the lift. If they come in here and they're doing the lift wrong, they get no benefits. Coach Wall, Coach after Coach Robson, you have anything that I might have glazed over? Because I know sometimes it's, there's some things you deal with the females a lot. Sometimes there's some different little things that the females, that you tend to see with the females that the boys don't see. Good, Coach Alfred? Yes. Always have your clip. Always have your a collar on here. One other safety thing is when you're racking the weights. This bar is 45 pounds. Okay. You put two 45s on this side by itself. It'll stay. But if you put a 5 or 2.5 on there, it's gonna flip over. It's gonna flip over. So let's make sure when those kids are racking weights, they rack it together. And we always have somebody in here holding this. Because like I said, we're in close quarters. Somebody not paying attention. He rack his fast, he rack his slow, and then it's all the way spills out on the guy that's not looking. So we have to make sure that our safety comes first. We're gonna do bench right here. Same thing with the bench. There's definitely some things that we want to make sure that we do as far as the setup. I really believe how you set up is going to determine the success of your lift, and also how you set up determines the safety of the guys and the girls that you have around you that's there to help you in spotting and lowering the weight. Once again, let's talk about spotting right here. Go ahead and we'll talk about the setup here in a minute. Coach is gonna get everything set like and we'll talk about the different types of grips. Now, some guys, it just depends on the lifter. They like for people. I always like for my spotter to lift it out for them. Some people they'll lift it out by themselves. So let's just show them. Just give me a lift out right here. When you lift it out, you want the bar over the chest. You don't want it over the neck area. You don't want it over his eyes. You don't want it too low. You want it right over his chest. Now, as he gets ready to lift, he's gonna go ahead and get out of it. He's gonna stay with him. Go ahead and go. He's gonna stay with him throughout the whole lift. And that spotter has to pay attention, and he has to be ready. Has to pay attention. Has to be ready. Racking. Definitely into the rack. Now, you can get away on the bench with having one spotter. But if you got somebody that's attempting a lot of heavy weight, we always recommend 3 spotters: a back spotter and a side spotter, so that you can make sure that your delivery is safe. Okay, let's talk about setup. Let's talk about hand moves. Coach, typically in just a regular bench press, you don't want to get outside the ring. That ring is called a knurl on this side. You want to make sure that you keep at least your index finger inside the knurl. Okay? But you get it like some people, like Coach Wall likes to get his grip from the smooth and rough part. You want to make sure that your hands have a good even grip. We want that butt on the bench. We want those feet back and flat. We want the shoulders and the head down. We also teach a technique where we like to build a bridge. The coach will come through and see if he can get his hand through on the other side. That's that inverted C again. That's that locked in position. We do a lot of core work, and that helps that. See, a lot of guys can't do that because they have a weak core. We want to make sure we get that inverted C. We want to get a lot of air in those lungs. He's gonna take that off throughout the lift. He's gonna drive his heels through the ground, keep his butt on the bench, keep his shoulders and head down. He's gonna take it right across the breast line there. Deep breath going down, blowing out on the way up. Touch and go. Touch and go. Lock it out. Touch the chest and lock it out. Okay, and we're gonna rack it. Now, keep the hands up there. Now, growing up, we had, we were always taught to have a closed grip, and we teach our kids to have a closed grip. Now, experienced benchers, they can do an open grip to where they just have the grip. The thumb is not wrapped around the bar, but that's how I bench. That's just how we grew up. But we teach our kids to have a closed grip because your hands, palms get sweaty, and the bar slips out. You're in trouble. Now you hope you have some good spotters, and we don't want that to happen because you can hurt yourself real bad. So we always want to wrap that thumb and have a closed grip when we're doing the bench. Other variations of the bench is the close grip bench. The close grip bench is we want to have our pinky inside the rough part. Inside the rough part. This is where we're working more of the tricep. The wider you go, the more pinch you work. tighter you go, the more triceps you work. So it's the same thing we're going to Spider. Now typically Spider spots outside here because his hands are a lot more narrow. Same setup as everything here. Go ahead and lift it off. Now we're going to work that tricep. We want to keep those elbows tight to the body. Straight down, straight up. Straight down, straight up. Now we're working more of this tricep, less of the pec, but more of the tricep. This is working. You like to work the top of the lift right here. This is the finish part of the lift with the tricep. Another variation is the wide grip bench. The wide grip bench. This time you want your index finger at least on the normal or outside the normal. Things you have to watch for is like this bar is really not centered, so sometimes you have to scoot it over so you don't want the kid's hand to get smashed on the pegs right here. But now we're working more that outer pectoral muscle, and we want to work the whole chest. The bench is a chest exercise. We want to work that whole chest, and it operates second. Deep breath going down across the breast line there. Blow it out on the way up. Keep your feet flat, butt on the bench, shoulders down, head back. Absolutely. Another safety, we want to make sure that we have our collars and clips on here. I'm gonna give that coach walk demonstrate a bad bench. We done seen it. We done seen it 1,000 times. First of all, they come up here and they just put their hands on the bar. They're not measuring, not looking. They just come and put their hands on the bar, and now the bar is uneven. You're gonna go down, take it off. All of a sudden it goes down. Now you see all this. This is not good. This is not good. You want to have a base. In all your lifts, you want to have a base. Keep your feet on the ground. None of this. Now you obviously this bar is tipped, so that weight. These are the high dollar collars. Okay. You get that bar torqued the wrong way, and all of a sudden there goes the weight on somebody else's feet. So we want to make sure that that the setup, like I said, is important for the lifter's safety and the well-being for your spotter safety as well. And now I'm going to turn it over to Coach Hafford. He's going to talk about our power clean progression.
One thing you want to mention, the kids coming to the regular weight room, you got to make sure they have the proper shoes, the proper dress. Everybody needs a shirt on, shorts and sweats, and proper shoes. No flip-flops, half shoes. Preference is tennis shoes. Football guys don't want to be cleats, want to be flat sole shoe. And after that, flat roller sole shoe. And they'll be fine. But you drop something on your toes, it's going to hurt anyway. You got no shoes on. It's kind of like riding a bicycle without shoes. You caught it in chains. It's mangled up. So proper chop. We'll talk about squat, power plays. Power plays, we got the same progression. We always start with our base. Always gonna come up to the bar. So Liz gonna come up to the bar, get the shin as close as you can, and it's right where the smooth and the rough starts on the outside. He's gonna line his shin up. That's as far as wide as it need to be. Or we always talk about hips. Hips are underneath your armpits. That's as wide as his feet need to be. No wider than that. Then he's gonna take his hands on his grip. He's gonna be right close as he can to his outside of his shins. Now, what we try to teach here, to start out, we want to sit and try to, when we can see whatever kind of shirt without being able to read that right there, his head ought to be up. His head ought to be up, just sitting on the weight right there. Just sitting on the weight. That's a pretty good start for power clean. That's a pretty good start, but they can't get too wide, and he can't get his hands too wide. Because in the power clean, you gotta get your elbows through. The wider the grip, you get a wide grip, and it's time to clean, they can't ever get the elbows through. It's awkward. It's awkward, so they need to be close in there. So it's time to rest the weight. You can rest it, you can shoot your elbows through under the bar. We do it. That's the first phase, just getting basic. We do a progression, which is really, really good. We start, and our power clean is in and front squat. It ends up being a front squat. It's gonna sit you down, and now you gotta stand up with it. So we start with progression, we front squat. We start with front squat progression. Always have a spot. You got a back spot, 2 side squats that we have. And most times we start with, this is like 30% that first day. That first day we start teaching this, it's just real light. Some people just have 5 on there, the bar, and then we're working technique. Powerlifting is a technique lift, high technique lift. Coach, get the bar up. Now, the guys are able to put that bar back in their lower fingertips and just let it rest. Some of the girls have to do a front squat. They have the front squat in the conventional style, and they just got to, all you do is keep your elbows pressed up high. Then you rest in that bar as high as you can across much as far as you can across the front of his chest, above, but he'll just sit there like he did in the squat on his back. The more bar you get up, you don't want it on your arms. You can't hold it. You can't hold it. Now, you got a good base, same base stance, and we're going to squat. You're just going to do a front squat. Just going to do a front squat. Elbows through. Let it rest. Let that bar rest. Let it rest. A lot of guys, they try to hold the weight. But when you get up to the max, and some of these guys are going 285 in power clean, they're not going to be able to hold the 285 up there. We call that where he had it earlier, we call it the resting position. He's getting that bar, that's why we front squat. So they'll be able to get the bar to that resting position. Then we go from front squats, everything starts what we call the power position. We call it the power position, speed, power position. Then we'll go to jump shrugs. We'll go to jump shrugs. Everything here is going to stay locked. He's not going to flex his elbows and try to curl. He's going to jump, and when he jumps, he's going to jump through his toes, and then just go shrug the ball. He's going to jump up off the ground, get up and shrug. Keep it real close to your body. Don't let it get away. We don't want to see this. We don't want to see that. When you get 200 pounds, you won't be able to reverse curl 200 pounds. And they'll get started. Jump shrug. Start below the knee. And get back. Every time he comes down, he's going to reposition himself and get back in power position. Start right below the knee. Jump shrug. Right below the knee. Jump shrug. Notice how his chest when he's going down. He's not bending his back. He's not flat back. Keep his chest up, dropping that butt. Jump shrugs. And guys, girls and guys have no rhythm that do these. Some people don't have no rhythm and shit. The elbows will be flying up. You got this teacher, you got to lock down, keep your elbows locked in, use your lower half, get the ball going. Start below your knees, get it going. Put your shoulders in the ears on the jump shrug. We go from front squats, to jump shrugs, to what we call full extension foot slides. We're going to go full extension foot slides. So now we did the front squat, he did his jump shrugs. Now we're going to simulate him again, already up on his toes in the jump shrug. That's his full extension. And then he's going to transfer the weight, and he's going to foot slide. Stand up with it. Full extension. Try to let it rest. And that's when it's light, you can make him sit there and make the ball rest on him. Let it rest. Full extension. And they stand up with it. Now his elbow, you know his elbow shoot under the ball right there. If he's too wide, you won't be able to do it. You won't be able to put a lot of pressure on the wrist. That leg go every time. They can't do it. They can't do it. So it goes from front extension, all it is you already have one of your toes like a jump straight on that full extension. You already up there, and then you just go what we call a foot slide. Transfer. Drop down and transfer. Just drop it down and transfer it away. Drop it down and then stand up with it. A lot of them jump back. So that what you gotta do, you probably can't do it back.
I'm such a technician.
But a lot of people will jump away, jumping back. See where the ball ends up being out away from the body. The key is keeping the ball as close to your body, rapid acceleration, close to your body as you can. Rapid acceleration, when it's time to go with it. A lot of them will baby it up, try to ease into it. It's kind of violent. Pull it violent, get the ball moving. You gotta get the weight moving. Goes from front squat, jump shrugs, full extension foot slide, to hang clean. Now we're going one phase at a time. We start to put it all together, which go off. We're going all the way down to the floor. We're going hang clean now. So he's got to remember all the things that we taught about. The good base, good posture. Now he's going to hang clean, put all of them together. Then you got to jump through the floor, transition, foot slide. We're going to knock this too light. Hang clean. This is the hang clean part. That's the hang. Right below the knee, everything, put three things together. Put three things together, hang clean. Here his feet, and then you jump off the ground. You jump off the ground. You want to jump. You want to jump. Because the heavier the weight is, you won't be able to jump. You won't be able to jump when you get to the top of the mat. You probably won't get off the floor. But you still, your technique is assimilating to get that weight moving up. You gotta get the weight moving up. Last phase, squat plane. Squat plane. Now, we're doing this one from the floor. It's gonna be from the floor. But like I said, start real light teaching this. 8 bars, 10s, that's good. Because it's all about them doing it right. If they start doing it right, then you get your workout going and they muscle memory. But you gotta start doing it right. We'll go squat plane. You're gonna do that full squat. We're gonna get a full squat out of it. Some of us end up stop, they end up getting up here, and we don't want to finish that, so we don't. They want to get out and give you that full squat. And that's one. So you put everything together, all of them from the floor. To the top of the knees. From the floor, you get it, and you start the ball. Get ready to start that ball, and the lift don't start until he gets the ball to the top of his knee. Up in the thigh area. You just get it going. See, he's doing a good job by dropping down. When he gets the weight up, he's dropping down to the weight. And that takes a lot of trust. They got to start trust themselves. He's dropping down, that's what we want to do when we drop down, so when you get to the last phase, you're already in the squat. All you need to do is stand up with it. A lot of guys will get in, the weight get real heavy, and they want to drop down, and they get there, and they want to drop down and get under, and then stand up, and they can't get the max, they can't go up in the max. They need to drop down and stand up, and if you do get up there in the squat plane when you phase with working out, you make them do the full squat. Don't let them bring it in, man. That's it. They got to do the full squat. Give me a lower back. When you get it right there, lower back there. I don't get a chance to work my hand on for it. Now, when you phase it down, you go down and put it on the floor. That's turn. You're going to hurt your lower back. You're going to hurt your lower back. You can't take the ball away from the top and take it all the way to the floor in one phase. You didn't lift it in one phase, don't put it down in one phase. So he'll have it at the top. He'll have it at the top, and now he'll rest it. And now he'll lower it down with his leg and keep his chest up. Right there, to the floor. Just like he picked it up. That saves this, because when it gets real heavy, you just take it heavy. We got a few of those, a couple of them, that you gotta watch them. You gotta watch them all the way to the left. Technique prevents injury. Proper technique prevents injury. That's part of safety also. Technique.
But the first thing to say, when you teach your kids to do right, you know, the safer they're gonna be. If you don't teach the technique, if you don't teach it step by step, you got to teach step by step. You know, oftentimes the coaches, we just leave stuff and just kind of take it for granted. Even when it becomes seniors, we take the time and we go over it again. They've been through the program, for 4 years. But we always want to err on the side of caution. Because like I said, the weight room is a dangerous place. I've seen guys doing good mornings with a 45-pound bar on the plate, on his back, and they're just doing good morning. Spotter walked off, he drops it, snapped his Achilles right now. The spotters are the most important. I think when you teach your kids that, you build a camaraderie, you build a trust in your teammates. And when you get guys that squat 500 pounds and power play close to 200-300 pounds, they feel comfortable in turning their bodies loose because they know and they have confidence, they have trust in their teammates that they're not going to let them hurt themselves. And when you do that, now you're building some of the intangibles and the intrinsics, the team building and working out. I hope you guys